All right, so guys, I'm here with Ryan Crouser. Um, about a week ago, he broke the world record in the shot put for indoor shot put. The record was held by Randy Barnes, who I made a video on about a week and a half ago. Um, and I'm not surprised that he broke it. I believe he's the person to break any of the Randy Barnes records because I believe he's the most capable. Now we have Joe Kovacs and Tom Walsh, but I believe Ryan Crouser is probably the most capable of breaking the world record. I actually believe he's gonna. If we have an outdoor season this year, we should have at least a Diamond League outdoor season. Even with COVID protocol, I believe it's still possible. Um, I believe Ryan could probably break the 23-meter mark, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna let it play through once, um, and we're gonna have a look and see what I think he did well. So, go in a little slow motion, and boom, there it goes. All right. So, one thing that I would tell someone who's new to the shot put, who's new to the rotation, is to watch Ryan Crouser. His tempo is amazing. Now, I was taught to have a good tempo coming in the spin. So, what I mean by tempo is he's very slow coming out of the back, and he constantly increases his speed until the ball comes out of his hands. So, as we watch, it's full speed again, it's slow motion, but he's nice and slow, and then boom, it's gone. So it's kind of harder to have it in slow motion, like I did with Randy Barnes' video. But you guys get the point if you do watch at full speed. Any of Ryan Crouser's throws you see is very slow and deliberate out of the back. Then once that right foot lands, he's extremely quick. And I believe that's probably the right way to throw shot put. Now, if you watch Tom Walsh and all those fast spinners, they have a very fast tempo throughout the entire spin. Now, they do speed up, obviously, but they have a very fast speed coming out of the back. Now Ryan Crouser's 6'6", 6'7", 325, 330 pounds. He doesn't need to be fast. He has the size and the leverage, and of course the power in order to get the shot put out without needing to come fast out of the back. So one thing to be careful though when you're coming fast out of the back in the spin is to make sure you have your balance. Ryan can come out slow, like I said, because he was big. People like Joe Kovacs and Tom Walsh has to come out fast because they're not as big as Ryan, but the the downside to coming out fast is that you have a high risk of error, whereas Ryan, when he comes out slower and deliberate, less room for error because he's nice and slow. He knows his body knows what he's doing. Versus moving fast, you can mess up very easily. A big point I want to point out about the tempo is that the spin's useless unless you hit the power position properly. If you don't hit the power position properly, which remember that is, if you don't hit it with the right, I guess, balance and where your body position is, the spin's useless. Um, Anyone who's learning the spin we're not can testify that you're probably spinning as far as you can power. The reason being is because you're not hitting the power position right. You have to land with your body over your throwing legs. If you're right-handed, you want most of your body weight over your right leg when your left foot grounds. Make sure your left foot's in the right spot, not in the bucket or blocking yourself off. Things of that nature. You have to be landing properly in the power position for the spin to be useful to give you more distance. If you can't do that, stick to the glide. You know. So one thing I wanted to point out was, let me slow it down here. Pause it. How level he is. He dips in the middle because he's just hitting the power, so here he's hitting the power. But when he drives, he is level. His shoulders are parallel to the floor. What that's good for is making everything simple. The fastest way to get to 2 points is through a straight line. So if he's, tipping up or looking down, they have to compensate that when he turns around. Keep it nice and simple, keep everything level. Whenever he lands to the power, you just dip the shoulders down a little bit, which is the proper power position. Last thing I want to touch about, because you can't really see too much with this ankle, but this kind of shows his drive leg. His drive's amazing. He has a very wide sweep, as you can see. His foot is out, Some guys have their foot down and kind of sweep around. His foot is up and out, and the reason actually him having his foot up like this causes him to fall in the middle more, causes him to speed up more and cross the circle easier. So, a little tip for someone who's having issues crossing the circle: um, pick your drive leg up and dive in. Okay, be a lot easier to clear the ring. Notice how he really whips that sucker in hard. He brings the inside of the thigh into the middle and lands in it, and then that just sets up the rest of the spin. That's where the speed, if you want to know where the speed is in the spin, it's right here. When this drive leg comes around, you bring the inside of your thigh and pull it into the middle as hard as you can, and that causes that speed in the middle. Now, what I liked about his finish was how he got up. He did a very good job of getting up into the shot put. The only thing I would say, I think his block arm could be a little more aggressive, but I'm not an Olympic coach, so I'm not going to critique someone at that caliber that, you know, hard. But there's a lot of things you can take from watching Ryan Crouser. Technique's very simple and very effective. So if you're trying to learn the spin, take some of his fundamentals. Don't copy his spin because not everyone's 6'6", but there's some basics that he does super well that allows him to throw as far as he does. Sorry guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope this helps some of you guys learn to spin more. I'll see you guys next time.